can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No,
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in
Okay.
this context.
So
I'm not a
the
biologist.
meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Senator, in my
Hello, bros. It's time for that hero stuff, bro. Yo, how are you doing on the day of today? This is James Hall, and welcome to Restoring Heroes. Thank you for tuning in. Look. Did you hear that a woman refuses to identify what a woman is? This is a Supreme Court nominee, and she refuses to identify what a woman is. This is really no laughing matter for real. Like it is bothering me to my soul, because I think we're having a problem with identity, right? We're having a problem with identity. We have a problem with masculinity, men not identifying with men, and women not identifying as women, and them not knowing what they're for, right? Them not knowing what they're for. And it goes into Romans, and it says, although they knew God, they did not honor him as God or give thanks to him, but they became futile in their thinking, and their foolish hearts were darkened. Claiming to be wise, they became fools and exchanged the glory of the immortal God for images resembling mortal man and birds and animals and creepy things. Therefore, God gave them up to lust of their hearts and impurities, and to dishonoring their bodies among themselves, because they exchanged the truth about God for a lie. They worship and serve the creature rather than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. This is what's going on. Romans chapter 1 explains it to the T, and I want to add to it. This is what's going on. They exchange the truth of God for a lie. And I've been thinking about this for a while. This is a video I've been watching. I want to describe it to you. This is a video from I think it's Jubilee, and this is trans men, which are women just like men, mutilated women, and this is against conservative men. And the first question they ask, let me set this up for you. The first question they ask is masculinity disappearing? And listen to what they're saying. And we're going to stop and go this one, so be a little patient.
Man, but I do think that the good aspects of masculinity are definitely under attack, but I don't think that it's disappearing. It's just being channeled in different ways.
It depends on how you look at it, because a lot of the traits can also be embodied in women and femininity. So when we look at masculinity, I think that we have to also look at what is the actual definition of femininity and masculinity. And if we're defining masculinity by being stoic or muscles or body parts, then is it really masculinity?
A lot of times when you guys spoke about masculinity, you associate it with men being manly, but I think more women are embracing their masculinity. Masculinity is still there. I mean, just other genders are using it. Being courageous, being powerful, more women are standing in their power, which is again associated masculine, but it's not specific to just men. Women are no longer submissive, they're dominant. Women don't need men, and I think that most of America is realizing that anyone can be powerful on their own.
I believe that the masculine traits are inherently in men, and men have to take a position. You made a really good point by saying women are now becoming more masculine. They feel as if they don't need men, which I think is the problem here.
I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna just stop that right there. So what you have is those women, Lucky, the woman with the beard and the do-rag on, that's a woman. And the woman on the end was explaining that masculinity can be found in women. And you notice what Lucky said in her dissertation, that masculinity can be found in, and femininity can do masculine things too, because it's not just body parts. So we have a definition problem. This is what does Doug Wilson say? This is an argument over the dictionary. I read a book over the summer called 1984 by George Orwell, sorry. And he talks about how one of the villains in there talked about the deconstruction of words, and how it's a beautiful thing to deconstruct words. So when you deconstruct what a man is and what a woman is and what those words mean, you have people like this going back and forth on what masculinity means, and that is a woman, that is a woman, and that is a woman. And this is a gay man. And they're all trying to define or trying to figure out what masculinity is. They're all defining masculinity, but they're refusing to go to the book. They're refusing. They're thinking they're be wise. They become futile in their thinking. So the women there, the mutilated women, let's keep on going, because is there a right and wrong way to be a man? Let me go to this part, because this is where it gets good.
I think that when I originally heard the question being
Introducing Speechalo, the most natural sounding text-to-speech software on the market.
Hold up.
I'm Joey, and I'm one of the 30 AI.
That was an ad. Hold up.
But men are not abusive individuals. Right. Men are not to be cowards. Right. Men are to lead their families. And men who do not display that, I don't believe that they are men, in my opinion. And all of the qualities that I see in my father is what I believe a man should be.
All of those characteristics are what make a man. And when I see a man be a coward in the truth, in just speaking the truth.
All right, stop. I done told you before. This guy right here, he's a homosexual. So is there a right and wrong way to be a male? Yeah. Yes, it is. One, if you're Malakoi, or you're a soft man, or you're an effeminate man, or homosexual, or sodomite, you are not being a man properly, no matter if you distribute bravery or whatever. That doesn't mean a thing. Sorry. You're not. No, I'm not sorry. You're not a man. You're not a man. If you're Malakoi, you're not a man. You're playing a soft man because the Bible says that person is detestable. The Bible says that person is soft. You're not supposed to play the man at all. No, not supposed to play the woman at all. A man playing a woman is an issue. Sorry, I misspoke. So, yeah, there's a right way and a wrong way to be a man. And I think being a woman, being born a woman with the chromosomes of a woman, with the ability to ovulate like a woman, even if you cut off and mutilate your own body, is probably not a good way to start being a man. You know, being born a woman is probably not a good way to start being a man. I don't think that's how that works. So, but let's hear what they have to say.
Truth, or sticking up for what's right, especially today in America with everything going on. I'm like, those are not men. My name is Clarkson. I'm 24 years old, and I'm a conservative man. My biggest question for the other side really is, are you happy? Anybody that wants to fundamentally change society and change gender roles, to me, that's not
Let me fast forward a little bit because that's not what I want to hear. Here we go. See the discussion. Hold up.
aimlessly throwing out, oh, well, we're just redefining what it is to be a man. That's not just like a light subject that we should be talking about.
But why do you think it has to stay the same? Why do we need to have the same thing for hundreds and hundreds of years?
Do you not see the state
It's not the same
of,
thing. It's just, it's
said.
keeping the same qualities.
But do you see the state of our world today? It's not perfect. And it's been led by men like throughout all of history, and look where it's gone.
Let me stop right there. Let me stop right there. So you saw that woman, right? The woman described, she said, well, the way of the world is been so horrible, led by men. So her solution is to become a man so that she can be a man, so that she can just help destroy the world some more. I don't get the logic. So you're not a man, but you want to be you want to be a man so you could do you could do a man better. You could do a man better than a man can do a man, because you're a woman, so you could do it better than a man. Being a man, you could do it better because you're a woman, but you're a woman, but you could do it better than let's go back to the video because I don't understand.
So we're talking about redesigning what it means to be a man. So what do you want to bring to traditional men?
I think it's embracing that you can be vulnerable. I think that a lot of men want to portray strength, 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 but men are people, and I know that men have feelings.
Being a man and masculinity, those are two different things. And I believe that we can redefine whatever that means to anybody by including other types of men or other types of masculinity.
Oh no. Oh no. So we can redefine what a man is by bringing in a different type of man. I don't know what that means. We're going to redefine an orange. Because you're not bringing a different type of man. You're bringing something that was not a man and putting man things on it. Right? You're bringing something that was not a man and putting men clothing and decorations on it, but you're still not a man. Just because I have an orange and I take the peel off the orange and put apple peelings on the orange does not mean the orange is not an orange. It's just an orange with an apple peel on it. Correct? If I open it up and look on the inside of the fruit I concocted, the frankenfruit, if you will, the inside of the fruit I concocted will still present and will still be an orange because it was an orange seed. It came from an orange tree. You follow me? So just because I don't know
myself am a father, I have a child. Some people would disagree with me being a father.
Yes, I will disagree with you being a father. Yes, because you're a mother. And just because you have a beard and your voice is scraggly and you present as male, you're still an orange with an apple peel on it. You're still an orange with apple peelings on it. I want to continue to hear what she has to say.
Father, because I am transgender. But that being said, I present to the world as male. My child sees me as a man.
There's proper ways to be vulnerable, right? You don't have to.
So you birth a child out of your birth canal in your uterus using your eggs. You birthed it. Let me go back because I want you to see who's talking, right? Buck, the woman, birthed the child using her egg and obviously someone else's sperm. And she presents to her child as like she's a father, I'm laughing because it's sad, right? Have you ever felt? I don't know what to do with that. I don't understand what. That's. I guess let's keep it going. I just want you to
redefine whatever that means to anybody by including other types of men or other types of masculinity. I myself am a father. I have a child. Some people would disagree with me being a father because I am transgender. But that being said, I present to the world as a male. My child sees me as a man.
I still can't do it. I can't do it. There's another question I want you to listen to. It's it was. Oh, let me get off of this. The other question was, does it matter? Does biology matter when it comes to being a man? Let's check it out.
So, sex and gender, people try to argue that they're different, but sex and gender actually go hand to hand. And our biology, being a man, comes down to every fiber within our body. So whether that be DNA, chromosomes, testosterone levels, bone density, there's a whole bunch of different factors that go into it, and it all has to do with biology.
So biology, I 100% believe in biology. Today we talk about biology being a social construct. I disagree with that as a transgender person. I was born biologically female. I always acknowledge that, and today I live as a male. Now that being said, sex and gender, they are trying to separate those things. Gender can be, I've chosen my gender. As you see, nobody would, I think, probably understand that I used to be a female. Now, many people do, like you just said, believe that sex and gender are one thing and you can never change those. I'm not trying to change anything. I'm trying to show the world that this is how I feel by presenting the outside. But I think denying biology is where we get into a lot of problems.
If you want to be
this is like my second time watching this, so I forgot a whole lot of these points. So bear with me as I'm live reacting to certain things. So you want your outside, because think of what it's all about. I don't like the way God created me. I feel that God made a mistake. So I'm going to present my body on the outside to represent how I feel on the inside. And I want everyone else to see me by how I feel on the inside. Because on the inside, I feel like an apple. But I was born an orange. Okay. Let's keep it going for the sake of the show.
You know, seen as a man, then like,
right on.
Who are you to? I don't care. I mean, you do you, whatever makes you happy. But I think like it becomes a slippery slope. It's like, how are we going to deny basic human facts? Like, there's two genders.
I think that causes problems, and it causes problems for me.
Yeah.
Because the minute I start denying your biology, now you feel attacked by me. Right. And I don't want you to feel attacked by me. I never want you to feel, I want it to be a part of, if that makes sense.
Boom. 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 So it's coming out slowly but surely. But the problem is, and I think they said it before, they said it a different way, they're denying the way that God has created them. They don't understand the goodness it is to be a female and how good it is to be a woman, how good it is to be a man. They have no idea what you're created for, even though she, right, had a child, has a child, but she's raising her like she's raising her like she's a man, but she's raising her, she's a mother, but she's pretending to be a father. So she's raising her, she's confusing her kid anyway. But So this is what's going on. The Bible says they become futile in their thinking, acting like they're wise. They become fools, and this is just some bugged out foolishness. Because no one wants to define what everyone's scared of defining what you heard the judge at the beginning of the show. Like, what is a woman? I don't know. I've never seen one before. But aren't you picked? Weren't you picked because you're going to be the first black woman to be on a Supreme Court? So if you have no idea what a woman is, then how do you know that you are the first black woman if you don't know what a woman is? Because you're not a biologist. But I'm not a farmer, but I know what bacon is. I know what bacon is, and it's delicious. I'm not a farmer, but I know what a hog is, right? I'm not a veterinarian, but I know what a dog is, right? You know what I mean? I've never been to a jungle, but I know what a tiger is. I do. It's a big cat out of the panther family, right? Like, come on now. But so let me go back to the show because I'm ranting right now. But because I don't know what men is so important for us to stand on truth. And this is what's going on. That's why that's why William Thomas is able to swim with women and beat women in the swim team and things like that in college, because people are denying truth. People are denying plain, see it with your eyes, truth. They are saying 4 + 4 is 5, and they're saying it over and over and over and over and over again, even though they know if they take 4 crayons and add it to another 4 crayons, they'll get 8 crayons, but they're saying 4 + 4 is 5, or they're saying 2 + 2 is 37. They're saying this is ridiculous. I think the thing that I got that from 1984 is 2 + 2 is 5, but you know what I mean. Let's get back to it because I'm about to blow up. I'm about to blow up because there's this one spot that I want to find where. Hold up. Here we go.
And you begin to try and change reality, and then therefore it changes on the children, and all of that becomes problematic. If a person says, okay, I acknowledge I'm born as a man or a woman, but I want to identify as this, cool, I respect that. And even if I didn't want to see it that way, and some people may be a little more ambiguous, I wouldn't never disrespect you. I'll call you by your name.
That's right.
Whatever name that you want to be associated with, I'll do that. And I think if everybody in the country can get on that same page.
I will call you by your name, but I will not call you he or she. That is adding to the lie. You or she, I will call her Buck. That lady over there, name is Buck. That's a weird name for a lady. That man over there is named, that woman over there is named Lucky. And that's a weird name for a girl. But I'll do it. But I will not call you he, because that is a lie. You was a woman. Back to the video.
I think we'll see less division.
I've noticed in a lot of the trans individuals that I've met, the older generation who had it a lot harder in society to be accepted is a lot more willing to have the conversation.
We didn't have social media. I didn't have cell phones. I didn't have computers.
Hold on, let me fast forward a little bit. This is getting not the point I want to make.
Can't be changed. Our biology app.
Here we go.
So I love this question. With trans folks, biology does change. Our bone density does change. Our muscle structure does change. Our testosterone levels do change. So biologically, we do change. Anatomically, now that's where surgery's.
No. Your biology, they don't change to the level of a man. No matter what it is, you're still a woman pumped full of testosterone. Your muscles get bigger, Yes. But you will never have the shape or the bone density or the wide, broad shoulders or anything like that of a man. Actually, you're doing the reverse to your body. You're actually damaging your body. No, your biology does not change. You still have the chromosomes of a woman. Your DNA will still read woman. If you were to commit a murder and your blood was left there, they'll be looking for a woman and with a whole lot of testosterone. But no, that's not what happened. Let's keep it going.
Come into play. So when we're talking about biology and gender that can't be changed, our biology absolutely and concretely changes.
Not the DNA.
But our
DNA does not change.
Yeah, right. DNA is not going to change for anyone.
So you acknowledge there's a biological difference between males and females, because some people on the other side would say there's no difference. Like a female, like I could look like a girl, not having testosterone, but I'm still a male.
Some people are male, some people are female, chromosomally. But when we start to take testosterone, our bodies do biologically change.
No, your bodies physiologically change. It changes physically, not biologically. You're still a woman. All day long. All day long. Still a woman. All day. All day long. All day.
Change.
But what about trans men who don't take testosterone?
Then their bodies don't biologically change.
That means then they're biologically still female, right?
Well, and gender in itself is something we get to choose.
Wrong. Gender is an English term. It's meant for grammar. It's about he, she, he, she. He went to the store. I went to the store with him. It's an English thing. And you're always talking about a male when you use he, and you're always talking about a female when you use she. That means you're always talking about a boy when you use he. You're always talking about a girl when you use she. He, she. You know what I mean. I messed it up. But so what that means is that you're wrong again. You can't choose what gender you are. You could choose what costume you put on. My son used to like Batman. He really did. And he'll put on a Batman costume, but he has never, I'm talking about never, bought the Joker. Never. Has he ever over Batmobile? Never. Have I ever called him Bruce Wayne? Just because he put on a Batman costume that has fake muscles on it, he still was a 5-year-old boy. Back to the video.
Okay,
that's right.
Just like you said.
Well,
right.
in your life, you get to choose. Not
That's
you don't
right.
get to choose it for the world, but you get to choose.
I get to
That's
choose
right.
my gender because I've been on testosterone for 10 years. Okay, going on 11 years.
But there's some anatomy that will never change.
That's right.
Right? I mean, you'll still have ovaries. You still have
Yes.
the female reproductive system. You
Yes.
said that you had a child.
Yes, I've given birth. I no longer have female reproductive organs.
Right.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh. This video's getting a little long. She has given birth and she got herself a hysterectomy and got rid of after she's given birth. So this lady also given birth and presented to her child as she's confusing her own child because her mom is her dad. Because the mom is a dad. Her mom is a mutilated female. Cut off her breast. Got rid of her ovaries, her uterus. For what? You've been taking testosterone for 10 years, but if you've been a man, if you are a man, you were born a man just trapped in a female body, why in the world would you have to take testosterone? Wouldn't it just naturally flow out of you because you're a man trapped in a female's body? So that means the testosterone just be busting out. Like Bruce Banner, Hulk is Hulk trapped in a Bruce Banner body. When he gets angry, he comes out as a Hulk. His whole body transforms biologically, physiology, the physiology, you know what I mean? The whole thing, the whole gamut change. He gets stronger, he gets dumber, but still. So if you're a man trapped in a woman's body, wouldn't the testosterone be already there? Like, wouldn't you already have super high levels of it? I don't know. Like to push this button, because
Right, but you had that. You will never get male productive organs.
Now, when you think about it, the male and female productive organs are similar.
Stop. It's not. I heard this argument before. I saw this on TikTok too. No, they're not. Okay, we produce sperm. We have testosterone coming out our testicles, that flows through our body that produce sperm. We produce sperm. Females produce eggs. You need both male and female to produce a baby. Just because women have 2 fallopian tubes and 2 ovaries that connect to the fallopian tubes does not mean it's the same thing as testicles. They do 2 different things. That's it. It's not the same. A trans man or a woman that's dressed like a man will never ever produce sperm. A trans woman, a man dressed like a woman, will never ever produce eggs. Ever. Ever. Let's keep it going.
And they're nearly the same. They're different. Right. They're different in size.
Even if
biologically,
and they're different in functionality too.
Not necessarily, because the testes and the ovaries are very much similar. One is an egg. One is a fertilizer,
but
and that's the difference.
But I never can produce sperm.
You're absolutely
ever,
right.
Ever.
You're absolutely right.
And they can never produce ova.
And you guys are saying that gender is like a social construct. Is that what you're saying too? That you could change it? But also, if you want to be technical about it, age is a social construct. Your ethnicity and race is a social construct. And I'm Hispanic. I can't say I'm Chinese because I like Chinese food.
That's just too much truth right there. That's just too much truth. And I'm not gonna finish this video. Let me just cut this off and fade to my face. I am not gonna finish this whole video. If you want to watch the whole thing, it's Jubilee and it's trans men versus conservative men. That's the video. This is the problem when you try to get rid of God. When you try to get rid of God, you become, because you didn't want to submit to God, the Bible says, although they knew God, they did not honor him as God or give him thanks or give thanks to him. But they became futile in their thinking, and their foolish hearts were darkened. This is evil. And the problem is, if you watch the rest of the video, there's some parts where the woman that's named Buck, she went through some traumatic things. She got raped, she got sexually assaulted. This is all happened because of weak men. The female her name is Lucky. She went through some traumatic things. She got beat up by a gang because she tried to change. Like, they went through some evil things because of weak men. This is the problem. The problem is weak men not being in position, not protecting the woman, not doing what God has called them to do, to lead, provide, and protect, is causing this issue. If you don't believe me, read Romans. Read Romans. Read Romans. It says, for this reason, God gave them up to dishonorable passions. Women exchanging the natural relations for those contrary to nature. Women, because of this, because of people were not wanting to submit to God, not wanting to, God has given them up to dishonorable passions. Women cutting off their body, mutilating themselves for what? For what? And likewise, the man gave up the natural relations with women to consume with passion for one another, committing shameless acts with men and receiving in themselves the due penalty for that error. And it's because men are not leading. Truth is not being presented. Churches are scared to say things. Men are scared to say things. And you have a room full of men on one side and a soft man. And then you have a room full of women on the other side. And they're discussing masculinity. And you have that. And you have women cutting their breast off and mutilating their own bodies to present themselves as men because they want to live as men, because they don't want to submit to God in the way God created them. They don't think the way God created them was beautiful, was lovely. They have no idea the joy of being who God created you to be. And men who do the same. The Blair Whites, the RuPauls, the drag queens, the William Thomas or Leah Thomas, the Caitlyn Jenners, all these people have no idea what it means to truly submit to God and to love, to really feel that it's good to be a man. To really feel that it's good. It's not a plug. I'm just letting you know. This book right here is a great book. It's good to be a man. It's good to be a woman. When God created these things, he called it very good. He called it good. It's good. We are created with a difference. We are created with differences on purpose for a purpose. It's good. And I know it's funny, it's weird to look at. It makes you want to chuckle, make me laugh a little bit, but it hurts my heart, and we need to pray for these women. There's a whole lot of stories of people detransitioning that made mistakes. And one person actually said if they had one person, just one person telling them that they should not do that, it's not a good idea, they wouldn't have went through with it. I'm gonna be that one person. If I get canceled, if I get if I get blocked on Twitter, I'm in Twitter jail for like 7 hours because I said Leah Thompson was a man. I mean, because he is. We have to stand up for truth, man. We have to stand up for truth. And that's all. It's a long video. That's all I got to say about that. Until next time, heroes, do not be afraid of them. Remember your God who is great and awesome. Fight for your brothers. Fight for your sons. Fight for your daughters. Fight for your wives. Fight for your homes. And we are out.